The $3.4 billion agreement with Trinidad's National Gas Company will see the NGC purchasing all of the gas that Grenada produces. The Global Petroleum Group is currently exploring in Grenada's waters and has been granted a development license for 4 blocks in the D band of Grenada's maritime territory. Energy Minister Bowen explains what the agreement entails.
You could either have large ships coming close to the platforms and transporting this to Trinidad and Tobago, but you could recover the cost of your pipeline over 20 years if you build such a pipeline to Trinidad. And that is what we have done and agreed to do, provided that we have the finally, because everybody, even Trinidad, after seeing the results, figured there is something there. So we have 2 more wells to drill to complete the study. But the fact that Trinidad is doing so indicates that now we do have, something there. But we keep telling our people, let us be cautiously optimistic. When the last bolt is driven into the drill rig, then we'll say, great, we have it. So don't let's go counting our, chickens before the eggs are hatched.
At the April 2018 signing, there was no representative from Grenada. Minister Bowen says Grenada's presence was not necessary then.
Government not being there, I don't think was an issue. But what is fundamental is you never heard the government of Grenada said that Trinidad will build a pipeline. That should come from Trinidad and Tobago. So no one could say that the government is going out there, telling tales or promoting something. Either a joint statement or come from the people who are spending the monies. And I believe that what could be clarified now is some people are saying, $3.4 billion in the mind is either EC or US. So I think you and the press should let them know it is TT dollars.
A feasibility study to map out the pipeline for the project, he added, should begin in 2 months. As for the benefits for Grenada, the minister says there will be many, as a purchase price has already been agreed to. Government earlier this year said a confidentially sealed agreement with Global Petroleum Group, the GPG, was signed. When quizzed about this, Minister Bowen had this response.
All agreements that is a Shell and the other places, Grenada and the investor, we have confidentiality clauses within them. It says if the court asks you, then you have to divulge it. Don't forget, if you're building a hotel in Grenada, we had none whatsoever. The first one will be given a lot of concessions to come in. That you keep confidential, both to benefit and protect your people. Because the second coming in, you want to extract more for your people. But if you broadcast what you did and say, no, I want this, what is happening to all the investment that went into Grenada? Sandals, for example. Every other hotel saying, I want the same thing as Sandal. So as they get to know, you affect your ability to extract more for your people. That protects the government in one way. And at the same time, the confidentiality affect the investor because he's going elsewhere too. And they're saying, you give Grenada this. Yes, Grenada extracted that from you, so I want this. So in the world, in the business world, confidentiality clauses within agreements are really the norm.
But what about the people's interest in terms of the people of Grenada knowing what are we getting into because it is a nation's business?
Of course, what you're getting into in terms of the part of the agreement that's confidential, mainly the commercial part here. Yes, you're building a platform here, there. That is a bit. So you're asking that you're harming yourself by exposing. These people will go as they do and expose the fact to other places, and you'll have no choice. You will never get a second hotel unless you give them the first thing, because they too will be exposing it.
Eugenia Peters, GBN News.